Okay, Fomo3d is here. Let's talk about this for a moment. Let's talk about how to play Fomo3d for a little bit. And if you don't know what Fomo3d is, it's a bit of a, well, FOMO is an acronym for fear of missing out. And it's pretty fascinating. First of all, Fomo3 is built in conjunction or on top of P3d. So let me just show you that for a moment. Okay, so here's P3d, POH3d, Proof of Weak Hands 3D. So first of all, let's understand the basics of Proof of Weak Hands. It's just a cryptocurrency token, ERC20 token, which means that it's a token built on the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum having the second largest market cap of all cryptocurrency, just underneath Bitcoin. Ethereum meaning that you're able to actually write smart contracts or write programs or create apps, depending on how you want to, whatever you want to call it. It's all essentially the same. So P3d is a token, and the way that it works is you can buy P3d tokens using Ethereum on their exchange. Every time you buy a token, you sell a token. Every time you transfer tokens from one person to the next, you pay a 10% fee. And that fee is distributed. No different than if you go to GDAX right now, if you go to Coinbase and you buy Bitcoin, you're probably going to pay a 3% fee. Well, with Proof of Weak Hands 3D or P3D, you pay a 10% fee. And that fee is redistributed to all token holders. So imagine if you own a P3D token, which currently I think the last I checked, P3D tokens are about $5 or so in USD value a piece right now. But for every P3D token, you get a small amount of ETH revenue back. It's kind of a dividend or a reward. If you imagine all P3D tokens in the entire, crypto space, for every one that you own, you get an equal percentage share of all tokens. And so if you understand the basic concepts of P3D, and you understand that, that's incredible. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. But it really only works if there's volatility, meaning people are buying and selling the tokens. And which means there has to be kind of a use case in the tokens, or there has to be some sort of a reason to speculate on the token. Now let's look at, before we get into Fomo3d, let's just look at the charts. Let's see. Here we go. So here's the charts. By the way, Fomo3d came out, everybody saw it go up, and we'll explain why in a moment. But if we were to come to look at the one-day chart, for example, we got this up bar here, which is awesome. And I had said that we were going to see a big up movement at some point. I felt that we were going to see a big up movement at some point. I said that in a previous video. However, if you watch, it's been coming down, and every time someone sells, you're earning rewards as long as you hold the tokens. And I hold several of these tokens. I think I hold a couple hundred of these tokens. You're getting rewards as the 202 is what I hold right now. But you're getting rewards as people are selling, and you also get rewards as people buy. If you go back, let's see. There's no way to go back. So here, this is a weekly chart. So as you can imagine, the dailies were up. There's a lot of dividends earned here as well. As long as the price is moving, when it's flat like this, there's not a lot of dividends. However, they've come out with Fomo3d, and I think this is going to be a game changer. I think it's fascinating. It's extremely extraordinary what they're doing. And I've still got questions on it overall. I think P3d, I think people are missing out on the biggest purpose of P3d. I think it's a form of a crypto savings / investing / insurance account. I really see it as some form of or at least a concept like this, as some form of a way to self-insure yourself in the future potentially. That's the way I see it, because you're through the rewards, you actually end up gaining value as far as the number of P3d tokens that you own over time. So as long as the tokens maintain their value and there's a little bit of volatility, either up or sideways, then long term, you're going to do really well just holding on to the tokens. However, this is still an experiment in the crypto space. Like everything, it's incredibly risky. Don't consider anything I'm saying as investment advice. That would be stupid on your part. I'm just an amateur crypto enthusiast who finds this stuff incredibly fascinating. However, what's caused this spike? Well, it's Fomo3d. Now, Fomo3d is a game. It's fascinating, and I'll explain some of the premise of the game, what I've learned so far. This is a test net. This isn't actually live. You have to be on a private test net, which I'm on. And basically, every day you can claim 100 ETH. Again, it's fake. It's pretend ETH. There's not really 300 and 3.5. What is it? 3.5 million ETH. There's not 3.5 million ETH in this contract. This is again just it's just a what's the word I'm looking for? It's just it's for fun. It's play money basically. Play ETH. It's just to test out the interface. So ideally, the way it works is this. It works with, the whole goal is you select a team. And if you select a team, then there are little attributes to the concepts. And we'll get to that in a moment. But here's the premise. You're trying to be the last person holding a key, buying a key. So right now, I don't think I have any ETH. You're not, I'm not connected to the test net. Hold on. Let me connect to the test net. Let's see if I got any ETH. I got 13 ETH here. Okay. So, this is still running. So I have 110 keys. I've already bought keys. How much? One key. So if I let's back that up. If I buy a key, basically I'm going to take control right here. If I'm able to do that. Okay, sorry. So I got one key right now, but someone just trumped me. Basically, when you buy a key, you're exit scamming. You're the one holding the key. You want to hold that key before this timer runs out. Every time someone buys a key, the timer starts over all over again. Every single time. So K Pinky just purchased one key. K Pinky, someone else just got it. So they're holding it right now. If the timer runs out and you were the last person to buy a key, then you get a sizable percentage of this jackpot in ETH. However, this is fascinating. Here's what happens. You don't get all of it. You just get a big portion of it. A portion of this jackpot goes to everyone who's bought keys. You can see right here, this morning, I've earned in play money $29, and I own 111 keys. So, and all I use is the original 100, the original 100 ETH that they gave me today when I was testing this out. So basically, 100 ETH is all I've got, and I got 111 keys with it, and so far I've gotten $29. So just for holding keys, it works a little bit like P3d tokens do in the P3d ecosphere. Just for holding the keys, you earn a little bit of rewards. Even though I'm not the last one, I wasn't the last one to purchase a key. This contract is draining. If it gets to 0, whoever someone else is, it just means that they're anonymous. They don't have a name attached. But whoever bought that last key is going to get the lion's share of this. The rest of it will get distributed among the holders of keys. And a portion of it will stay in the pot for the next round of the game. And the next round will start basically immediately. As well as a portion of all of the earnings will be distributed to P3d holders, the P3d ecosphere. So this pot up here ends up getting the largest portion goes to the winner, the ones who bought the last key. The rest of it gets split up into the pot to start the next round. It gets split to everyone who bought a key, and a small portion goes to everyone who currently holds P3d. So as long as you hold P3d, you don't even have to, that's why, by the way, that's why this happened. As long as you hold P3d, you don't even have to be playing the game Fomo3d. But if you hold P3d, then you're still going to be able to earn some rewards. There's still volatility created just because of this game, Fomo3d. Now, the reason this is revolutionary is this is the only time I've ever seen anything like this created in such a way with these dynamics on top of P. So basically, P3d, they've created P3d, then in conjunction or connected to or on top of, they created Fomo3d. And I think this is going to be extremely fascinating in the future. I can see unique scenarios, real world scenarios where something could be similar. I've often said that P3d was a form of insurance, but imagine if there was rewards created imagine this. Imagine if there was dApps created on top that helped, other types of games like this, similar games, different games, but games nonetheless that created volatility. Imagine what that could do if had a savings account in P3d, for example. You're being able to earn money. Right now, the cryptocurrency market is predominantly flat. Like, it is flat. Yet, you could just be earning rewards, making divvies, 0.5%, who knows, 1/3%, 1% a day, who knows? But you've got something like this on top of it. Now, let's just take a look at the attributes of these. Let me see if this is it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull up the wiki. Here we go. I'm not going to read through this whole thing. Again, you can come here and take a look at it, but game overview is the best section to read. This is a game in which the grand prize winner is the last person to purchase a key before the countdown clock runs down to 0. Every key purchased, the buyer becomes a new holder of the private keys, and additional time is added to the countdown clock. When the clock reaches 0, the pot is divvied up with the final buyer who holds the private keys receiving the lion's share of ETH, but with substantial portions going both to all other F3D participants and as dividends paid to P3D holders. The specific way the ETH is divided between the winner, the F3D participants, and the P3D holders is entirely dependent on which team the winner was representing. So right here. These are the teams. So just before you make a purchase, you can select who you are before you purchase. And then you make a purchase, and technically if you win, then you were considered representing the bulls or the bears or the whales or the snakes. Okay, the specific way the ETH is divided between the winner, the F3D participants, and the P3D holders is entirely dependent upon which team the winner was representing. To understand the mechanics and incentives of the game, check out Redx, the button, experiment for insights. Fomo3d is essentially a lottery where the house and the house advantage goes directly to players. So there's not a centralized authority basically holding all of this. That's what's incredible. It goes to the participants. This talks about the test net, tells you how to get access to the test net. All right, rules of the game. The rules of the game are simple and fun. Purchase one or more keys, which immediately makes you the private key owner until another person takes the keys from you. Every key purchase resets the time on the countdown clock to 90 seconds and slightly increases the key price. Each time a new key is purchased, all key holders receive a portion of that sale proportional to the number of keys held. You can recruit other participants to the game and receive an additional share of every key they purchase at no cost to them. The round officially ends when the countdown clock reaches 0. At the end of the round, the ETH pot is distributed between several parties, with the winner, private key owners, receiving half. The rest of the players each receive a share of the pot proportional to the number of keys they held. In addition, a percentage of the pot is paid to P3D holders as dividends. The specific split of the pot, who gets what, is determined by the team selected by the winner when purchasing their last key. Once the keys are sold and the pot has been fully distributed, a new scam round begins anew. Keep in mind that a portion of the pot is withheld to help kick off the next round. All the ETH you earn when a round ends as a winner or player is then stored for you in the vault. Referral rewards, bad advice are also stored in the vault. You can withdraw ETH from the vault anytime to your MetaMask wallet. Please note, only purchasing one key or more keys will mark you as a current private key holder. Otherwise, you will still receive dividends but will not have a chance to drain the contract. Okay, and this talks about the different teams or whatnot. Now, here's my question, and this is we'll have to wait to see how this pans out. I don't understand the advantage to outright purchasing multiple keys other than just to get the shares of the right here that they're talking about, like the shares of the dividends or whatever. I'm not certain what's the reason to outright buy a lot of keys, because you just buy one key, you know, I don't have the ETH in the testnet, but you just buy one key. That's all it takes to basically, you know, take control, is exit scamming. And the exit scamming is the term they're using, saying you're the last person holding. If you're familiar with how penny auctions work, you basically buy bids for like 50 cents each, and then you go bid on an item, but the actual price of the item, you know, might be $1. And if you bid, you just bid it up 1 cent, so it's $1.01. Someone else comes on, they bid it up for another cent, so it's $1.02. But the bids cost 50 cents each in a penny auction. That's not unlike what this is. In fact, it's very similar to what it is, except what you're winning, you're not winning various prizes. You're winning half the ETH in the contract. It's almost like a penny auction lottery. And it's very interesting to watch. I mean, it's going to create additional dividends on the P3d ecosystem. And I think time's going to tell how people respond to this, because ultimately if people find it, for whatever reason, if people don't find it worth their time, then it's not going to work. But you got to give it to the devs. This is very, very interesting. I mean, this is cutting edge stuff. This technology is fun. It's fun to learn about. It's fun to watch. It's fun to be a part of it, because I believe in some way, even this P3d, Fomo3d, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, other cryptocurrencies, the world that we're a part of is going to get shaped. The future, I mean, this is like Internet 3.0 type stuff. This is, you know, so cutting edge. Most people aren't even aware that this technology exists. You go to Walmart and ask the guy next to you if he's heard of Fomo3d. He might have heard of Bitcoin, and he probably doesn't even know what Ethereum is. This is so early. It is so fascinating. I think that's why fortunes are going to be made here, but more importantly, lives are going to be changed with this technology. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button, thumbs up notification icon. Put any questions or comments or that you have, just put them down below. I do read the comments. Thank you so much.